What's going on, everybody? This is Rio coming at you with another FSD video. This is 12.5.1.3 in my Tesla Model Y with hardware 4. It's a beautiful day out. It's going to be a beautiful ride. I'm on 3 weeks now of this latest version of FSD. I still have not had any interventions. I think maybe one time there was a big pothole and maybe I moved the car around the pothole, but that's about the extent of it. There really hasn't been any issues beyond that. I'm kind of patiently waiting to get ASS, the auto summon, which I think is going to be super cool. I'm hoping I get that hopefully this next week. I'm not usually on the first round of deployments. I'm usually on the second round. I think typically I'll see like Whole Mars blog and some of the other kind of bigger FSD guys kind of get it, and then I seem to get it shortly after that. So I'm patiently waiting for that. I got a nice drive though today. There's some interesting turns and some other stuff, so I thought it'd be a good time to post a good FSD video. We're getting pretty close to 1010, which I believe is going to be the rollout of the cyber taxi or the robo taxi, whatever it's called, and I think we're all going to be blown away by that. I know some people online have seen kind of, you know, they've seen it or images of it, and everyone says it's super weird. I mean, just a totally different thing. So I'm definitely super interested in that, kind of waiting for that. This isn't financial advice, obviously, but I definitely think it's a good time if you have the extra moolah to be accumulating shares. I think even just the hype around that will probably be, you know, will significantly help, you know, the company. And then, you know, obviously, typically when they have these rollouts of new products, especially a big one like this, they do attach some type of timeline to it. And then there's all these rumors about new Model Y, different models of the Model Y that they're going to be coming out with. Obviously, the word on the street is that for the Model 3, the refresh, the code word was Highlander, or, you know, the word for it. And Juniper is supposed to be for the new Model Y. So super excited about that. I'm still kind of thinking, okay, maybe, you know, trade mine in, maybe get the new Juniper, especially if I can get it with the FSD, just transfer it over to the new vehicle. That would be super cool. So we'll see. I don't know really what to expect. Okay, we got a little stop coming up here. What's going on? This isn't a four-way stop. Okay, I think it's just a lot of traffic waiting to get out, so people are just being friendly, letting them take a left-hand turn. I gotta say, in Texas, people are very nice about letting you in and stopping so you can pull out. Maybe there's a policeman up there. I'm not really sure. Let's see. Typically, the FSD handles these types of scenarios really well. I mean, even if somebody just walks out, puts up their hand or something like that, the car tends to really do a great... Yeah, okay, there's a police officer here controlling traffic, which is pretty nice. So there's over this bridge, there's a kind of difficult, almost a roundabout. You guys will see it here in a sec. That'll be interesting to see how it handles it. It's a little challenging, you might say. So I'd love to hear kind of where you guys are watching. I think about 50% of my audience is from the United States, so I know there's a lot of international viewers, people who I assume can't have FSD in their country. It is supposed to roll out in 2025 to Europe and China, which I'm sure makes many of you very excited. See, I mean, it's not in the lines, but it's on the road. So, okay, thank you, car. Thank you for getting in the lines. That's wonderful. Okay, here we go. Handled perfectly. So I'm sure the Chinese, the Europeans, you guys must be very excited about the opportunity to drive the FSD beta It's tremendous, and they have a lot of new features rolling out constantly. So I'd love to hear, are you guys in China? Are you in Europe? Are you guys excited about the chance to have FSD next year, which is only a few months away at this point? All right, so it's a 60 mile per hour zone. We're up to 48. Obviously, the cars ahead of us are going a little slower. So yeah, I mean, the only thing that I really can say that's been kind of a weird thing is just you know, the speed of the vehicle on these roads. I mean, it's going 48 into 60. Now there's a red light in front of us, so you know, who really cares? But in general, that's been my only, you know, consistent kind of gripe with it. And now the nice thing with this version is you can just look ahead. You don't actually have to have your hands, you don't have to do a nag on the steering wheel. It's just watching your eyes and making sure you're paying attention to the road, which I always am, so it's not really an issue. All right, come on. And then they have those Amazon Rivian vans up ahead of me, which is just, those are just the coolest things ever. I'm really a big fan of those. I mean, they're quiet, they're super cool. I talked to the drivers of Amazon. They absolutely love those vehicles for delivery. Just say it's a great driving experience. I've actually been looking online to see if I can find a place to like buy a used one, but every one I find is just totally, just completely trash. I mean, it's been totaled, basically. Just really bad car accidents where, you know, I'm sure getting something like that repaired is like an arm and a leg. Okay, so we're up to 51 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. Not super impressed with that, but we're coming to a 55, so I want to see if it'll speed up a little bit. Now, it's not a big deal. I can just put my foot on the acceleration and I can speed up the car a little bit, so it's not a huge deal. Or maybe the car's being overly cautious. It could be that type of thing. I'm not sure. But I would be a little happier if it would, you know, go the approximate speed limit, or maybe a little bit more, which in some circumstances it does, and a lot of circumstances it goes a little bit below it. So I'm going to put my foot on the accelerator. I'm going to get us up to 55, 56, 57, 58. Okay, now my foot's off the accelerator. Speed limit's 60. I assume that's what the cars ahead of me are going. Okay, we went down to 57. So, you know, I mean, it's not a big deal. Okay, pay attention. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention. Pay attention. Take this off screen, or no, it's gonna stay there. Okay. So we basically caught up with the traffic ahead of us at 55, which seems to be the speed limit the Amazon truck is going, the Rivian one. No big deal. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, it's just super smooth. It's super comfortable. I feel very comfortable with this latest FSD build. It's probably better driving than I drive, or you know, most people in general. Down to 54. All right, so I'm gonna hit on the accelerator a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can get us up a little bit. Okay, so we're at 59. We're cruising 58. Yeah, the vehicles ahead of us aren't quite going 60 anyway, so I guess you can only get so hot. Yeah, 56. The vehicle ahead of us is basically where it's going. 55. Yeah, I mean, I like the distance. I think the distance that it keeps behind, you know, behind the vehicle in front of us is the perfect distance. Here's another kind of interesting roundabout. Let's see how it handles it. Coming up to a red light. Getting over. Perfect. All right. turn. So see, now it's speeding up a lot here, and this is a very tight turn. Okay, all right, well, handled very nicely. Now when we get over this hump, the speed limit slows down, so let's see how, okay, pay attention. Let's see how it does with slowing down here. So we're going 49. It hasn't seen the new speed limit sign. This is more residential neighborhood, so it slows down a bit. Okay, so okay, it's acknowledged the 40 mile per hour speed limit sign. Now we're going 45, which is perfect. I mean, 45 is perfect, so I can't complain about that. Yeah, so I mean, it's just it's amazing, and depending on your situation with your car and how much you drive, it's definitely, I think, worth the 99 or whatever it is a month. I think it's around there. By the way, if you like this content, please subscribe. I know we're kind of far in, so if you made it this far, I appreciate that. I also have a referral link down below if you want $1,000 off of Tesla, and I also have links for the equipment that I use for FSD. Nothing fancy, pretty straightforward. I think the main thing is getting the good camera mount with the really strong suction cup so that the camera doesn't move and it's really steady. I think next I'm going to add a additional camera maybe on top of the car, one of those kind of 360 cameras. I think that would be kind of cool. But let me know what you think. I mean, if there's any other type of like camera angles that you think would be fun to kind of watch from. But yeah, I definitely think the next thing I'm going to do is add an additional camera. I think that would be fun to watch. So we're going 43 and 40, just chilling, you know, kind of residential area, no big deal. So what other things are you guys kind of watching with Tesla, you know, interested in? One of the things I keep checking the prices on is solar. We have net metering where I live, so it's a 1-to-1 credit, so it's something I'm definitely interested in. And then, you know, eventually a power wall, which would be really cool too. They, you know, I live in a place that has constant power outages, hurricanes, that type of thing. So that's my plan. But if you get it all in one, I mean, it's just so expensive. Now, there is a 30% tax credit here in the United States, which is helpful for sure, but it's not quite, you know, it's still a significant chunk of change at one time. I really don't want to pay it. I don't want to finance it because, well, obviously you're paying the interest. It makes it more expensive. But then it's also one of those things is, you know, if you want to sell your home or rent your home in the future or something like that, I just don't really want to finance it. I just don't think that would be a wise financial decision. So I want to wait till I'm in a situation where I can just pay for it all at once. And I think what my plan is right now is to start with the solar, get as big of a solar system as I can with it on the sides of my house and on the back. I don't really want it front facing because even though the front of my house faces north, I just don't like the look, right? And I just don't think, well, I don't know if my HOA would be okay with it either, so I just really don't want to do that. But let me know what you guys think. Have you guys looked into solar? Have you guys looked into batteries? That's definitely something I'm super interested in. All right, taking the left, we got a stop sign here. The other traffic does not, so it's always interesting how it kind of handles these scenarios, which, you know, can obviously, this is this type of scenario where a lot of accidents happen. So stops at the stop sign. Okay, then it's gonna roll out a little bit here. Perfect, perfect. Okay, we got a couple people with left-hand turns. Car is chilling, it's doing a great job. Got us a little close, that's okay. All right, nice turn, and we're off to the races. We're going pretty quickly here, awesome. So again, we're in a 60, the car is going 54. I can live with that. That's not gonna break my heart. But again, the nice thing about this version is it's based on where your eyes are looking. So there isn't the constant nag. I mean, that was a big thing before with the FSD. You had the nag and you had to turn the wheel or mess with the controls here, and that was just, it just wasn't fun. You know, it just made it so it was almost more of a hassle than something you could really just relax and enjoy, you know. So it makes it a lot easier to drive in a much more relaxed situation. Just a beautiful day out here, beautiful day. I mean, we've had the hottest weather. It's been in the, you know, high 90s in Fahrenheit. Now it's kind of coming down to the low to mid 80s, 70s. There's some wind. It's been really, really nice. So I can't complain about that. So, all right, I'm gonna push on the accelerator a little bit, because we're going about 54 and a 60, and there's no reason for us not to go the quickest speed limit. Now, one thing to watch out here, and I'm sure this applies to many places, is there's a lot of deer, you know. So I would love to get a video of a deer jumping on the street and to see how the car handles it. I mean, if it handles it well. If it doesn't, then maybe I wouldn't want that. But I think it would. I think it would do well. And I'd love to see what it looks like on, you know, on the vision. On the vision, if it shows it as a person, or if it actually has like an animal, like, you know, little picture it can put on there. That'd be super interesting. So yeah, we're back down to 56. So I'm gonna push on the accelerator a little bit. I'm gonna get us back up to 60. Going 62. Got some kind of difficult windy turns here. Love to see how it handles it. The sign says to slow down. I think you could probably take these at 60 fairly safely. Let's see how we do. Okay, it handled that turn perfect. Got another windy. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was great. So yeah, we're back down to 55. So it's a small thing. I'm pushing on the accelerator, get us back up to 60 by 61. Perfect. Another wind coming up. Stop sign coming up. Let's see how it handles this. All right, we're slowing down. We're slowing down. Wonderful. Got the rail tracks. Slows down, pulls out. Got a three-way stop here. Perfect, 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 perfect. So, hey, that's going to be it for the video today. I just wanted to, you know, drop another video, give you guys a little bit more content, let you guys know how it's running. Again, I've had no interventions on this build. Absolutely zero, which is amazing. Like I said, there's one pothole that I took a hold of, and I pulled us out of that, around that. But that's a small thing, you know, and realistically, it probably could have just gone right over that pothole and been totally fine and not had any issues. But, you know, sometimes you can be overly cautious, and that's maybe not a bad idea. So I'm gonna start posting my videos on X on 2x speed. So if that's something that, you know, maybe you'd prefer, you're more than welcome to watch it also on X. I'm gonna put a below my links. I'm gonna also put, you know, what my X account is, so if you like watching on X, you can watch it over there. But I just wanted to give you guys a little update, see how things are going. Again, it's wonderful. I'm very happy. This is tremendous. So everybody have a great day. Give me a like and subscribe. Appreciate your time.